Hi, everybody. We're here, and this is a segment that I'm doing about mothers, sisters, wives, husbands, whoever that has lost someone that they love and are going through the grieving process of the lost. So maybe some of you are familiar with my case, with the case of Jeffrey. Maybe others are not, but anyway, if you are here for first time, you can go all the way back and start watching all the shorts all the way from the beginning, and you're gonna see what this is about. Anyway, for all of you that have been with me in this year and a half of the story of Jeffrey, and all the new ones. Right now we have been 7 months since Jeffrey left us. And what has happened with me? Well, all that has watched my 3 or couple of videos that I have shared about how I was feeling, my grieving, and how I was trying to reason and find any type of grounds to hold myself into some type of a sound ground to don't lose my mind. So now, fast forward, I haven't been able to record nothing all this time. I have been asked why, and the reason has been because besides that I have been busy, I have been grieving, and I have been quite lost of the direction that I was gonna take. And because the Jeffrey movie is coming, that put me in a terrible bind about uploading videos of Jeffrey, because then I'm sabotaging the movie. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I couldn't do it because it would be like pretty much giving the whole movie away. So I could not do that. So that made me stop completely, and then I was completely lost and I didn't know what to do. About grieving now, to those who are grieving, this has been a serious level of roller coaster. It's ridiculous, I have gone through so many losses in my life that I got very familiar with losses. Fast forward, Jorge dies. Jorge, my older son, dies. And at that point I was remarried already for close to 10 years at that moment. And it was horrible. My world, it collapsed. It was monstrous. And after that, few years after, a person that I have considered here in the US like my mentor of like 17 years, like a father figure, also basically dies. And then it was the person that I was going all the time to talk and to filter things through. And then after that, my brother calls me one day and said that my mom is dying just from one day to another. And I just went there and I was with my mom side by side, by her side, and my mom in 3 months died. I was all those 3 months by her side all the time with her. Horrible, horrible death. It was her. So my mom dies, and then another lost, and it was just terrible for me. My mom was one of my great friends, allies, advisor, counselor. Awesome. I look forward every year that she come here and visit me and spend every other year Christmas with me, because I didn't have anybody in this country, so Christmas were very boring for me. And with a tiny small family now, with only George and Jeffrey, so when my mom and my dad were coming, it was just a big deal. And my mom gone, my dad was not gonna come anymore, so it was terrible. Jorge's dad was devastated. It took me 2 years to recover, and first I thought I was never gonna make it. But you know, those things that it's stupid to say this, but it's like it still was Jeffrey there. So I knew I had another son to live for, you know? And I had someone to be an example for, somebody to live for, be show joy, show peace, show him that fortitude, and that I can't, in life we go through all these things and we got up and we move on, we like it or not. And I needed to be a strong person to show him how to recover in life of dramatic things, because obviously we all go through this type of events, and he needed to be prepared to have witnessed his mom how to go through this. Besides, he was going through the loss of his only brother, so I needed also to reinforce his emotions and showing him, guiding his path, lighting his way. But when what happened with Jeffrey, there was no more. Nothing left. I mean, George, my husband, just the two of us. Nothing left. Jeffrey, at that point, was the center of my universe, my life. Yeah, I'm a very strong Christian. Very, very strong Christian. And many will say, you know, your life, your center, the center of your life, and is God. And yes, it's true. It's true. But I came to discover, and I knew it, but I came to discover that Jeffrey was my life, because it was everything that I have. I loved the sense of having a family. It has been my only goal in life. Maybe some people said because I'm Latin. No. I think because I am a woman. And in the entire globe, no matter what woman says these days, all women dreams to get married and to have a family. And there's few exceptions, and I don't want to talk about that. But so you sit at the table with your kids, all right? And they bring you problems and messy house and stinky clothes and all those type of things, and that makes the salt and pepper of life. And then you dream when they gonna get married, and for me, like, now I'm gonna be able to multiply my people, so right? I'm just alone, so I'm gonna be able to multiply my family again in another land. So I was waiting for when my first grandchild come along, and I was gonna rush to the hospital. And all that's gone. But well, so it has been super terribly bad. But see, there gets a point. So Jeffrey has been gone for 7 months, right? So it gets a point that a good sense has to kick in, and you have to consider, what do you want that your life look like for the rest of your life? You want to have a life that is not life at all. You want to be just this very bitter person. I mean, what kind of person you want to be? And I cannot be mad with God forever also. At the end, you have to accept and reconcile with what has happened. And I knew I couldn't. It was not possible for me. And I started to understand a lot of things about what has happened, spiritually speaking, and losing a little bit the whole thing that I felt about with God. And I understanding, but it was too deep. The place that I was in, the hole, the depth where I have fallen, it was so deep and so dark place. And I just couldn't want it. It was just like, it was impossible. So I came to a place that I had only one alternative. The only alternative I had was God, Holy Spirit. And I literally spoke to him inside of me. And I said, Holy Spirit, you're going to have to pull this one all on your own. All on your own. You're going to have to pull me out of this one all on your own, because I cannot help you. I cannot help you a bit. I cannot help you at all. So my healing in my recovery is going to have to be supernatural. Total supernatural. I cannot do anything about it. And I start crying out to the Holy Spirit so strongly inside of me. So I started constantly speaking, every day speaking to the Holy Spirit and telling him, get me out of this pit. Get me out of this. You have to do it on your own. And I'm not exaggerating, because I keep telling him it's going to have to be done supernaturally, total supernaturally, because I cannot help you at all. I cannot help in nothing at all. And suddenly, it was almost from night to morning. It did not take that long from the moment I started crying out to the Holy Spirit so strong. It did not take that long at all. Maybe a week. Maybe. Suddenly I woke up and I noticed something had changed inside of here, inside of my heart. I felt differently. My mind, my thoughts, my reasonings, my concepts of the things have shifted. I started seeing and thinking all this situation completely from a different point, differently. It was almost like a detachment, but not really. It was more like seeing with more clarity. And my heart suddenly started to feel happy again. I started to cry much, much, much less, to the point that in the past 3 weeks, I have cried practically only maybe 2 times, and very, very little. One of those 2 times is this moment right now, and as little as what you have seen right now. I have done a lot of activities with friends, and I have truly laughed. I have participated with my friends and have been joyful. I have felt no remorse of it at all. I have enjoyed my husband, George, and we have done things together, and I have done it almost like a new wed couple. I feel excitement about that. So for you that may going through the same thing, this is what I have to share. And I hope and I pray that if you want to, I have realized that, everything in life is about a decision. Everything. I have realized that for a long, long time in my life, that everything in life is about a decision. It's a decision that you make. My decision once realized I just cannot be this way for the rest of my life. It's dead to me. It's being alive but dead. No useful for anyone, not even for me. But I couldn't do nothing about it. So I cry out. So I invite you to do that, to cry out to the Holy Spirit. So if you're there, that's all that I can do with you right now. If you want to, we can do that together. And I can do it at the same time again for me. If you want, let's do that. Holy Spirit, help me. And you can repeat the same words. Help me, Holy Spirit. Help me. Pull me out of this hole, out of this depth that I have fallen into. The grief is so profound. The pain is so severe, is so hard. And I cannot do anything about it. I just cannot do anything about it. It's overpowering me. And it's overtaking me. This suffering is unquenchable. And I just cannot do anything about it. I need that you, Holy Spirit, all on your own, by your own ability and superpower. Help me, Holy Spirit. Help me. And supernaturally do this for me. Get me out of this place. Get me out of this place. Save my life. Restore my joy, my peace, my sense, my logic, my reasoning. Put it right. Make it right. Do it, this Holy Spirit, please, in a supernatural way. You, Holy Spirit, want to have to do this all by yourself, on your own, because I cannot help you, Holy Spirit. I cannot do anything about it, but cry out to you. Thank you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you to all of you for being here with me. And soon I'm gonna be coming out and letting you know some playlists that I'm gonna start doing. And I want that all of you participate on this playlist, sending me videos. Okay? Bye.